I haven't casted him against Zerg in a week, so I wonder, is he still on the 2 racks hype train? Is that still his only opener? Because he's been on it for like a month. Like a month straight, he's been doing nothing but 2 racks. Is he still doing that? I'm curious. Very curious. We're here to find out. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing KranKy Z Gaming. And we may be on the wrong map. I am not sure. It is Dark. And my answer, my question has been answered as spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, going for the 2 racks opener because he's been doing it for a month and he's still continuing to do it because it's ByuN. I said his name. Representing Shopify Rebellion, it's the South Korean Terran. It is ByuN. And this is, again, very ByuN. For those wondering, for those who have not been watching ByuN recently, again, over the past couple of weeks, over the past month and a half, 2 months, Dark, every single TVZ has been going for this opener, a 2 racks. And with this opener, you can go into a different kind of a multitude of different builds. You know, we have a lot of branching paths. We can go for three Reapers, only 3, into a CC, into an expand. We can go all in and throw down 2 more Raxes behind this, or we can go kind of all in and throw down 1 Rax in the main. And there we go, it is going to be 3 Racks here. And ByuN mixes and matches all 3 of those openers pretty freely and pretty actively, so it's so difficult to read the situation, whether ByuN is only 2 Raxing you, or 3 Raxing you, or 4 Raxing you. He does kind of roll the dice and kind of go between them, and some are more economic than others, some are more all-in than others. This, of course, is going to be very aggressive with these 3 Raxes. He is looking to mass Reaper. Is he going to hide the 4th? Okay. I was like, is he actually going to 4 Rax and just hide the 4th Rax? Apparently not. Apparently not. But yeah, with 3 Raxes, I believe he is not going to stop Reaper production. He will continue to make Reapers and look to overwhelm Dark. Oh boy. As here we go. We do have a slight supply block, but there we go. The Reaper production is well underway. The first Reaper is making its way across the map already. Dark should be aware of the initial Reaper aggression, as he does confirm the second Reaper across the map. But because ByuN at least goes 3 Reapers with the 2 racks opener, like, it's still very difficult to read. Like, Dark doesn't know how committed ByuN really is. And ByuN's Reaper control is like none other, as he's going to be dancing here with his Queen, throwing down whatever KDA charges he can. And looking to preserve and hide that Reaper count for as long as possible, as he's already got 3, and he's got the 4th on the way. Oh boy, Dark being contained to 2 bases right now. His Queens are taking quite a beating, but they haven't gone down yet. A Spinecrawler is thrown down as Dark now realizes, oh, this is 3 racks at least. Third is on the way behind this, but alas, the third is not really going to be taken advantage of, as, oh my god, these Queens are so low. 1 Reaper is going to go down, but ByuN, he wants those Queens. He wants them so desperately. He's going to rotate over into the main base. These Queens are so low. A couple more seconds, they will have a transfuse. A couple of those mines will be knocking those Queens back. Can you get him? It looks like he will get one of those Queens. The low energy Queen, though, as we do get a couple of transfuses coming in. ByuN will not snowball, not yet, but alas, despite the transfuse, 1 Queen goes down, the 2nd Queen goes down, the 3rd Queen is going to be under threat as well. The Reaper control is just a little bit too good. And GG gets called. ByuN takes game 1 with the 3 racks. GG. Oof. It's so difficult to kind of read what your opponent's doing, and I'm pretty sure against the 3 racks you're supposed to cancel your 3rd hatchery just for like more Queen production, just so you can use those minerals for more spines as well to protect your natural and your main. Alas, Dark did let his 3rd base finish, and with the completion of that 3rd, that meant that that 3rd was kind of dead weight. It was resources that really wasn't going to be paying off for Dark, as he needed to focus on his defensive play instead, on his Ling production, on his queens, on his spines. He had a spine that is natural, but we saw one spine isn't enough because Dark just ByuN rotates over into the main instead. Oof. GG. Especially with the harness, true. And now, the question is, which kind of opener is ByuN going to go for this time? It's going to be a 2 racks, of course, but behind it, are we going to have a 3rd racks or a 4th racks? That's the question. See in the chat. Wait, this is only slightly all in? It's slightly all in because ByuN can transition out of it. We have seen ByuN transition out of it. If the Reapers don't overwhelm the Queens, then ByuN backs off. He denies the 3rd, and he throws down add-ons back at home. He starts getting into Marine production, and he throws down a 3rd base. So you can transition out of that. We have seen him transition against Dark out of that as well. It's brutal. As here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon, KaiZ Gaming. Currently down in the series, but not out. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player going for the 2 racks opener once again, because he always does in TVZ. Representing Shopify Rebellion, it is ByuN. Was it Rax Gas Gas or Gas first? Rax Gas. Ugh. Oh boy, here we go. So yeah, this is just ByuN's standard opener nowadays in TVZ. Now, this can just be a 2 racks opener. He can commit behind it instead, but alas, with only a single gas, we'll see what ByuN decides to go for this time. And we'll see how Dark reacts as well. As again, Dark is very familiar with how ByuN plays, is going to be going for a hatch gas pool. Oh, there it is. And once again, we have that 3rd racks being thrown down for ByuN. Oh boy. So I mentioned it earlier, if ByuN doesn't overwhelm the Queens, then he can just focus on containing the Zerg player instead, and focus on transitioning out of it. And we may even see that this game. We'll see, as the Overlord is looking to try and scout, is going to be headed in towards the natural base. Upon seeing the lack of CC, Dark could get a better idea of what is going on, and he may actually decide to stay on 2 bases a little bit longer as well, which would help him, as the Reapers are going to be on the way. Depot thrown down here at the natural as well. Oh, and the first Reaper is rocking up, and already we see a difference. This time, Dark, he does have a drone ready in that 3rd base location. Is he going to go for it, I wonder? Or is he going to delay it? Nope, there we go. He does go for the 3rd on time. We'll be losing a Ling on the front lines. We have more Reapers coming up behind this. We'll see if he's going to be able to control this a little bit better as well, as the Reapers are just getting a handful of Lings here and there. Well, maybe a bit of an overextension. Oh god, the Reaper will just barely survive. Oh, barely does survive, but it looks like, yeah, there we go. He does play with fire, and ByuN gets burned. He will lose one of his Reapers already. And with that, there we go. We are transitioning out of this. So already, as soon as ByuN loses 1 Reaper, he's like, okay, I can't defend. Like, okay, this isn't going to work out. I can't snowball. I'm not going to kill the Queens like last time. We're throwing down a CC. There we go. We do have our reactor on the way as well. So we are still having a decent Reaper count, but ByuN is only looking for map control now. He isn't going to try and overwhelm and overextend. His goal here is to get into bio production. And yeah, he forces a cancel on the 3rd. So this is the quote-unquote transition. You just contain the Zerg player to 2 bases for as long as you can. Link speed is still a ways away, so without Link speed, Dark can't really dive on this. He's just stuck on 2 bases. until Link Speed does finish up. The Queens are doing what they can to force back these Reapers, but they have to be careful as they get caught off creep. No! Oh, one Queen is going to go down. Oh, we're going to get another? We get a second Queen. Oh, God. We almost get a third. We may get a third. Not like this. We get a transfuse just in time. And again, it's fine to lose some Reapers here because they have run out of their usefulness. Link Speed is kicked in, and Dark can now get a third base and expand. Meanwhile, back at home, we're already getting into Marine production. Reactors are out. Stim is on the way. Thankfully, again, if you're a Terran player out there, if you want to do this, you get the tech lab in the main base, so in case there is going to be a Bane Bust or a big counterattack, your Stim is going to be safe and sound in the main. And we're getting into the mid game. We're getting into 2-base saturation. Meanwhile, because Dark was contained to 2 bases for so long, he has to double expand. We see the 3rd and the 4th base being taken at the same time. We're rushing into our gases. Macro hatch as well. Interesting choice. I mean, we did have a lot of minerals to work with, so I assumed that maybe we would try and get into like faster tech, but no, we're going to get into a macro hatch, so 3 hatcheries at a time as Dark tries to get back into this. Because of Link Speed and because there are no Hellions, Dark does have map control, and he will be able to look to even surround these Reapers. Oh! It's a surround on a Marine. Reapers are being zoned away, but the Lings don't know where they are, so the Reapers are kept safe and sound for now. And a very common follow-up, by the way, of this that ByuN does go for quite often is to go into Banshees from here. Just because the likelihood of you being ready for Banshees is very low. But we can see that instead of a Banshee, he's going to be going into Medevacs. He's already moving out with the second wave. Marines are pushing out with Stim. +1 is still a ways off, though. As the Medevacs are making their way across the map. And this is dangerous. The Reapers survived the early game, and the Reapers are going to be such a good supportive unit here. They will deny any kind of surround as they can throw down those grenades. But here we go. The Lings, they come in from behind. Up! Ooh. Good setup by Dark, trapping the army from behind. The Banelings do kind of connect, and only a handful of Marines, or a good chunk of the Marines, did go down. ByuN did save 2 Medevacs full, but again, he doesn't really have too much momentum. He is forced to back off, and Dark will hold on to his 4 bases. For now, because you know what? ByuN isn't stopping. He's sending reinforcements and his first tank across the map. ByuN, he wants to make sure that Dark is as uncomfortable as possible as ByuN just keeps the aggression up. Here we go. Tank is sieged. 3rd base is being thrown down behind this. Good position here for ByuN, but he has to be very careful as the Queens are isolated. And once again, 2 Queens, or at least 1 Queen, is going to go down. Lings are trying to get on top of that tank. The target firing as well, though, on the Banelings. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, this is brutal. ByuN just trading so damn efficiently. Just working with the terrain, picking up, landing on the high ground, landing on the low ground. The Lings get annihilated. And ByuN, the push isn't over. He can just keep on going. Dark recognizes he can't quite do anything. He's going across the map instead. The Marines dive on forward. There aren't enough Lings here to protect them, and the Queens, or at least one of them, goes down. Oh, can he save the tank? No way. What? He saves the tank? No, oh my god, I thought he was crazy. ByuN, he gave up on killing he could have killed like 1 or 2 more Queens, but he went for the tank instead, and ByuN, he keeps it alive. Oh no. Meanwhile, reinforcements are coming across the map, and these Lings cannot stop the reinforcements. There are just too many Marines. The tank survives, and ByuN is looking to get there sooner rather than later. Dark trying to keep him back. Looks like the Queens come forward, and they will just barely take that tank out. I mean, at least he gets one of the tanks, but ByuN has still just been trading so damn efficiently. Another surround is being set up, though, and it looks like this time ByuN will not be able to hold on to them. Both tanks will go down. A little bit of miscontrol by ByuN as he does. Oh, he wasn't able to pick up one of those tanks. I don't actually know if he had enough room in the medevac, to be fair, but the multi-prong harass is just a little bit too much. Dark is falling apart. The drop play at the fourth, at the third. Even here, just being so efficient. The Baneling stuck behind the Lings. The drops don't stop as he gets into the natural as well. And this is game-ending damage. 12 workers. Alongside all the queens, alongside the Lings, the Banes. And ByuN, this isn't even his final form. He's getting ready for the next wave. Getting his third base saturated. ByuN, he's ahead in workers. He's ahead in economy. Dark has the base count, I guess. And that's helping him in the production at least. It makes up for the fact that ByuN has been losing queens, so he doesn't have to rely so much on injects. That's kind of a short-term plan here. As Dark is going to be committing for a massive counterattack. ByuN is going for a double drop across the map, so he has a little bit less to defend back at home. The Lings are looking to overwhelm, and it looks like ByuN may not have enough. Here we go, the Banelings, they roll on forward. They're getting into the mineral line as well. This counter damage was very necessary for Dark, but at the same time, ByuN, he's across the map. He wasn't able to defend back at home because he had so much supply invested in this counterattack instead. And it needs to do damage. And it will do damage. He doesn't get too much economic damage done at the fourth base, so to be fair, he's going into the main, but Lings are coming out just in time. We did have Bailey's as well. Dark is fighting back. And he was able to kill that mineral line. And reset the tank count. So Dark is not taking this lying down. He is still in this. There was a lot riding on that counterattack. Ugh. Jesus. ByuN has been so cost efficient this game. The drop is coming back in, and from this moment on, like Dark, he can't lose these workers, not anymore. Let's get a medevac. Was the empty one though. Back at home, ByuN is working on his 4th CC. 2-2 on the horizon. Things are looking to settle down. As they settle, unfortunately, Dark doesn't really have a lot of tech to work with. There we go. Infestation Mid is on the way. If Dark can survive long enough to get into Lunkers, then he can like slow the game down and get his 4th up and running, get his 5th up and running as well. Like, he will have a chance. He will have an opportunity. As the Infestation Mid is on the way, he may just even go into Infestors from here. Like, I know I'm talking about Lurker play, and that I'm sure is the end game, but before we can even think about Lurkers, we may just go for Infestors. Something to help support the Ling Bane. Before that happens, though. Before that happens, ByuN is gonna be sending. Oh, he's getting ready to move out across the map. The Lings do spot this, and Dark is getting in position. Preparing for the move out. Oh, mine shots are going to be going off. Oh my god, massive connections on the Lings. ByuN getting his 4th behind this. There's Pathogen Glands, so it is going to be Infestors, which I think is a wise choice for Dark. I think we do have to rely on energy-based units when we're this far behind. Like, Dark is down 50 supply. Ooh. Infestors can help make up for that a little bit, but we don't actually have any Infestors yet. We're still waiting for Pathogen Glands, and there we go. The Infestors are on the way. They are lined up to come out just as Pathogen Glands finishes, so they will have enough energy for a fungal. And ByuN is giving him time. You know, ByuN has had a supply lead for a while, and he hasn't made use of it, not yet, but now he is. We have a drop headed towards that linear 3rd. The main army pushing it towards the triangular 3rd, or even the 4th base. Dark is setting up though. Innings do go off. The drop on the left-hand side is not going to find too much damage. There is enough here to defend. And you can see Dark is closing the supply gap. He's catching up. He has caught up. Remember when he was down 50 supply? Oh god, the fungals! Up! Oh, one fungal is gonna connect, but for the cost of an infestor. We do still have 3 more fungals in the chamber. ByuN pushing on forward. He knows what he's up against. He does go for the pre-split. Up! As I say that, he's forced to pull back. Mine shots are going to be going off. Pretty good connections. Oof. Pretty good connections indeed, as he does pull Dark pretty far off of creep. And as Dark was about to close the gap widens once again. Dark had around 170 supply and he plummets to 130. Again, ByuN just still trading so efficiently. He's got 3-3 on the way. Dark still working on Hive. And this drop play may just be too much. Lings are coming in to reinforce at the same time. Those infestors are exposed. We land a half-decent fungal, another fungal as well, but there's no follow-up. GG gets called. It was too far to come back from. Dark taps out and ByuN takes the series 2-0. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. A very impressive showing by ByuN, despite the fact that for the past 3 best-of-3 series, Dark has been winning them back to back to back. It was not enough to overcome the might that is ByuN. And yeah, ByuN just flexing his 3 racks play. Game 1, committing quite hard to the 3 racks. Game 2, recognizing very early on that his 3 racks wouldn't be as successful and transitioning into his natural, into bio play instead. And yeah, Dark was just having a really hard time recovering after losing and being contained to 2 bases for so long. He almost came back. If you remember, he had that really big Lingbane counterattack. And that did kind of even things up a little bit, but like there was barely any creep spread. Like ByuN still had a lot of momentum going his way. And ByuN's control is micro. His bio tank play was crazy. His target firing, his drops, the way that he was able to maneuver his army and position his army. Out of this world. GG, well played. As ByuN moves on to the semi-finals, and we're going to be getting ready for the next series as well. It's going to be a TVT. Oh, as we have a look at that bracket. Let's see what's been going on. Dark may have fallen, but we still have plenty of other Zerg players in the tournament. By that I mean we're about to have one, because we have had Oliveira versus Clem. Oliveira did take down Clem 2-1. Eliminating the best Terran player in Europe. So the Europeans are starting to fall one after the other, because that wasn't the only mirror matchup that was going on. As you can see, Oliveira 2-1 to Clem. At the bottom of the bracket, Creator 2-1 Showtime. With that, there is only one European player left in the tournament, but it's the best one. It's Serral. Serral is still fighting strong in a ZvZ against Solar. Solar stumbled a little bit against Nightmare, took down Nightmare 2-1, and now Serral and Solar are locked in a mirror matchup to confirm the one Zerg player in the semifinals. And we're going to have a Terran confirmed for the finals, as it's going to be ByuN versus Oliveira in the upper semis, and it's going to be a Zerg player versus Creator in the lower semifinals.